1. Economics and morality. Economics isn't value neutral. While the math and models can be objective, the policies based on them reflect moral choices. Choosing redistribution over property rights or vice versa is always a value judgment. Morally, the right to keep the fruits of your labor, i.e., private property, is deeply tied to individual autonomy and dignity. If one's output can be seized by the collective without consent, then ownership itself becomes a fiction. 2. Government interference versus individual freedom. Government interference often begins with good intentions, for example, helping the poor, but it can quickly expand into control. Redistribution through coercion, i.e., taxation not tied to consent or direct benefit, becomes a moral issue, not just an economic one. The state then decides what's fair, rather than individuals deciding through voluntary exchange. This erodes both liberty and responsibility. When governments overstep, they crowd out private charity, distort prices, and reward dependence rather than initiative. They often claim moral superiority in doing so, but morality imposed by force is not morality, it's compliance. 3. Mass delusions in society. Modern societies are often under the illusion that wealth can be created by fiat, distributed justly by bureaucracy, and sustained without individual responsibility. There's a widespread belief that society owes people a living without asking where that wealth comes from or whose labor produces it. Many fail to understand that you cannot consume what you do not produce, and economic reality always asserts itself eventually with pain. The biggest delusion might be the idea that envy is justice. Instead of raising the poor, policies often focus on tearing down the successful. This is cloaked in egalitarian language, but it's often resentment masquerading as virtue. In short, a moral society must respect voluntary exchange, private property, and the freedom to succeed or fail without interference, as long as no rights are violated. Government should protect those rights, not override them. Anything else drifts into coercion disguised as compassion.